I love you, buddy. I love you.
So I heard Greg Popovich do that with Tim Duncan so many times.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr would have probably been on the receiving end of that from Greg Popovich, and just reminding Buddy Hield to look for Steve Kerr and to look for Stephen Curry. I think that was after that. Buddy Hield took a corner three early in the shot clock. What I would say about Greg Popovich is that he didn't have the laugh and the hug at the end.
No.
He was, let me introduce you to Tim Duncan. He's the greatest player in the world. Pass him the blank.
But then he'd come back later and give you a hug. He was,
of course.
Pop was of that tough love school.
Pat Spencer getting some minutes here in the fourth.
The best to ever do it.
Coming back from a stroke, and here he's doing well. And we're thinking of you, Pop, as always, and a lot of Pop influence all over the NBA, especially in this game. Of course, Mike Budenholzer went from the video room to the assistant coach's bench, and Steve Kerr was still playing in those days, as Mason Plumlee able to put that.
Mike talking about Mike was the video coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, initially.
Had 19 years as an assistant. Massacre.
You know how I feel about San Antonio. I'm of the Charles Barkley school when it comes to San Antonio.
Oh, you were on a team you guys had too. I thought that was a championship team, which you never know when you get to the playoffs. As Brian Dunn hits a three-pointer. Floor here. Dunn's the only starter. Iguodala, Martin, Jones, and Plumlee. And then the Warriors have Kuminga and Buddy Hield with Santos, Jackson Davis, and Spencer. And Iguodala able to put it in. They've just got to figure out a way to get around all the salary that's owed, and because of their high salary and where they are, they're limited somewhat in what they can do. So how they rebuild it is a major question. We remind you that the NBA on TNT tonight from Phoenix. They could have potential for some draft picks, but hard to get impact draft picks at this point. I guess the major question is Kevin Durant going to be a Sun next year? You figure teams that would have their hand up for KD.
Yeah, listen, the interest is going to be there. There's no question. Kevin Knox knocks down that triple. What return will you get? Is it going to be enough, if you were to go in that direction, that would allow you to compete in that Western Conference?
Extra pass to Lee. And Jackson Davis with a rebound. He's getting a good run in right now. Both of these teams play tomorrow. Here's Knox, little sidestep, nice move. Kevin Knox trying to, he had some star potential about him. It hasn't turned out that way. It's hard to believe he's in his 7th year now, Kevin Knox. Jackson Rowe defending. Iguodala can't hit. Maybe some of these guys to get some extra run. Great opportunity for some of these guys to get some extra run. Guy Santos from
defensive player, but he has been locked in defensively, really has a good grasp of what they want to do. He's been terrific here tonight.
Tello 7-74. And Knox, Rowe the rebound, sets up Santos, another chance. Spencer, got it.
You can see the bench, obviously. They all love Spencer. They're up out of their seats after that triple.
They converted his two-way contract, GA, to a standard NBA deal. What a moment for Pat Spencer to be in the floor. Spencer knocks down his second three as Martin misses. Spencer the rebound. They push it. And Knox to the basket. Blocked by Martin. Job recovering.
This is an impressive race that from your memory bank when you come out with a performance like this.
Jackson Rowe at floor for Phoenix. Lauren Jabara, Warriors As we mentioned when we hit the air, the window has been reopened. They're going to win 15 of their last 19 games, and they are having some fun doing it.
They definitely are, BA, and I had a really long conversation with Draymond Green this morning. He said, you know, we have 4 core values on this team, and one of them is joy, to play with joy. He said it's ironic that Jimmy was saying, yo, I need to get my joy back, and he found it here. But when you also have a leader, we've all found it. It's a really good group. I asked Draymond, have you tried that Big Face coffee? And he said, I also asked Brandon Podziemski if he's tried it. He goes, no, I heard that's expensive, still on a rookie deal.
And right on cue, those two are laughing and smiling. I tell you, GA, it's got to be, and you play with some guys like this, and you were one of those guys, but to play with Stephen Curry, as big of a star as there is in the game, to be his teammate, though, and the way he cheers for you, dances for you, celebrates with you with your success and his success. Every day, and we've covered Stephen Curry for all these years now. He always shows up ready to play, the same guy every day. Never see him in a bad mood to start a game.
Yeah, and it's such a great point you guys bring up, because as incredible as a talent that Steph Curry is, he's a great teammate. You know, that's one thing that everyone, just the court. You know, it's how you interact off, what you do, and when you're the best player and one of the leaders, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And not everybody wants that responsibility. Steph embraces it, and you can see that joy and the love that they all have for one another.
Rowe fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Suns fouls on number 10, Damian Lee, his first personal.
Well, he was great tonight once again. 25 points in 26 minutes for Stephen Curry. 3-pointers, 300 in a season. And I'm sure that'll be look out for tomorrow night against San Antonio.
Yeah. Let's get the pleasure of voting for all of our postseason awards. And tell you, all NBA teams are going to be really interesting. A lot of deserving players.
Well, once we got past the All-Star break, you could really see the athletes playing with the passion to advance and win the competitive way to bring it to you here on TNT. It's going to be our last go-around on TNT this year, our last playoff run. That's a block, but recovered there by Jackson Davis. And the Warriors have gone up over 120 now.
The thing about this postseason, they can win it all, especially in that Western Conference.
Oh, goodness. And Davis destroying the rim, and Draymond Green first on his feet. Look at that. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we're late in the game. These guys could easily just sit back and chill. They're all up celebrating their teammates right now. Man. Had a couple on the lobs from Curry earlier. Spencer. Oh, yeah.
They are just clowning right now.
In the pack, he's sitting amongst the fans in the first row. Ryan Gillespie hits a bust in Milwaukee tonight. All those teams in the middle of the pack in the West. Memphis beat Charlotte. Clippers playing San Antonio. Well, we had an overtime thriller.
Wasn't even close. Wasn't close, buddy.
Boston beat the Knicks here, 39 points. And that was just the other day against Houston. Houston scored 148 in that game as Monte Morris. We'll be back on the air Tuesday for the play-in after our doubleheader Thursday as we're up
for the New York Knicks and their fan base. My first game is to get a hard foul. Fans boo you. And it was shocking. So to go from that to where you're down 40.
When you're Chester from Poland.
That's impressive.
And he loves the NBA. The translating apps on his phone.
Yeah.
TNT postgame show presented by Kia. And a lot to make it a coaching change.
So they said, Brock said there is no direct translation in Polish for Chester.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm shocked by that.
Well, thanks for that, Greg.
No, don't thank me, thank Rock. Or ChatGPT, I got them all, whatever one you need.
GA's playing hurt tonight. He blew his Achilles. He's got the boot on.
Oh, man.
No problem. That's what you get.
Man.
That's what you get.
Golf game. Just, man, my club's at home right now in the garage.
Collecting dust.
Giving.
One last shot for the Warriors.
It's like my first girlfriend in high school.
Oh, really?
Woo. Man, I'm going to just leave it at that.
Oh, no. You made it this whole way.